All right, guys. Welcome to this week's edition of K-Doubles Take, the Raw Impact Unleashed WWE Hell in a Cell review. This week I'm going to talk to you a little bit. I'm just going to run you through the results of Hell in a Cell. It was a pretty good pay-per-view. Overall, I gave it an A. Great match, awesome finish to the pay-per-view. They spaced out the three Hell in a Cell matches like I thought they would. Basically, each one was the top. We opened with the Hell in a Cell match, had one in about middle of the show, and then we closed with the women's match. Something that, in hindsight, I think was kind of a mistake, but they wanted to try to feature that match. I think that match would have been better off where the Universal title match was. The Universal title match would have been better off at the end. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Let's see. The pre-show match was the Cruiserweight six-man tag match between Cedric Alexander, Rich Swann, and Lince Dorado, taking on Drew Gulak, Tony Nese, and Diavari. The winners were Dorado, Alexander, and Sin Cara it was. Dorado, Alexander, and Sin Cara via pinfall. Overall, I gave the match an A. And it was a great way to get the crowd hyped, get the crowd excited going into the main card. They opened with the Hell in a Cell match between Roman Reigns and Rusev for the U.S. title. This match went longer than I expected. It wasn't my match of the night. I know that's weird to say when it opened up the show, but it was the most brutal Hell in a Cell match, including at one point Rusev using a chain to put the accolade on Roman Reigns and pulling it through his mouth. Just had to hurt. But in the end, Roman Reigns was your victor via pinfall, and he retains the U.S. title. Great match, solid match. Definitely a great way to open the show. The next match was a singles match between Bayley and Dana Brooke. The match overall itself was a B+. But Bayley ended up winning by pinfall. It was a good match, solid between the two of them, but I just think they could have done better. Not a lot of high spots. Bayley seemed a little hampered by her shoulder, but overall the ladies put out the best match possible. The third matchup was the tag team match between Enzo and Cass and the Club. This was a match that I gave an A. Because overall it was a very strong match. The winners ended up being the Club via pinfall after they were able to dispatch Big Cass and hit the Magic Killer on Enzo and get the pin. So it was, once again, a great match that I love to watch. Would watch again, but not necessarily over and over and over again. The fourth match on the card was the Hell in a Cell match. It was at the center of the pay-per-view for the Universal title between Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. Once again, great match. Jericho comes down, gets involved. Kind of a 2-on-1 thing till Seth Rollins is beat down and KO is able to get the pin on Seth Rollins and retain the Universal title. Solid finish. It was an A+ match. Definitely a match of the night candidate, but not my match of the night. But an awesome way to kind of keep the crowd going after having that last match kind of bring the thing a little bit down. The fifth match on the card was your Cruiserweight title match between T.J. Perkins and Brian Kendrick. Both Kendrick and Perkins gave it their all. In the end, Kendrick's faked faked injury enough to be able to fool TJ Perkins, hit him with a headbutt, and then put him in the captain's hook for the submission victory. And Brian Kendrick is your new Universal Champion. Overall, I gave this match an A. But great effort by both guys, but not their best effort from what I've seen. The sixth match on the card ended up being the Tag Team Championship match between New Day and Sheamus and Cesaro. This is a match that, as much as I picked New Day to win, I thought that Sheamus and Cesaro would get the win, and they actually did. Sheamus and Cesaro got the win, and unfortunately, they did not win the titles because they got the win by pin or by disqualification when Kofi Kingston hit Sheamus with a Trouble in Paradise outside the ring, and the ref just happened to see it. Overall, New Day still remain champs. They'll probably drop the belt sometime after Survivor Series, but it was a great showing by them, and I think we'll have another great showing before they drop the belts as well. But they will eventually get to that tag team record of 478 days, I think it is. All right, so next up, the seventh match and final match. Wait a minute, have I hit all the matches? Yeah. All right, and the last match was Sasha Banks and Charlotte in Hell in a Cell for the women's title. These two women brutalized each other pre-match before the cell even got done coming down. They almost they had it to where Sasha almost was taken out and was unable to compete, but she ended up getting up off the gurney and coming and fighting and giving a good 25-minute match. And they had a great match. It was an A+ match. I don't necessarily think it was the match of the night. It was a match of the night candidate. Charlotte ended up getting the win via pinfall. Once again, gave the match an A+. But I just didn't think it was closing a pay-per-view material. The Universal title match was more of that. Those two matches should have been swapped. But overall, it was a great match. You can catch me every Thursday on Raw Impact Unleashed. You can catch me this Thursday talking with your boy Cole about this very pay-per-view. And we'll catch y'all later. This has been K-Double, and I'll see y'all next week.